Joe or Joe Hui as Sandy. Parlant français, je ne peux pas parler français, apprenons le français. Où est-on? Nous, c'est l'on, nous. Happy Carrie. Comment va? Non, parlons en français, je ne peux pas parler français, apprenons le français. Est-ce un jeu norvégien? Le sang est bleu and clair. Il y doit. Il y midi, il y trois, il y doit, il y trois heures. Il y doit, il y trois heures, it's about 2:30ish. Comment va aujourd'hui? Ça va bien. Avez-vous faim? Non, je suis pas. Que manger? Oh no. Haha, we can say what are you having for lunch? And unfortunately, we can't use what are you having for dinner. That doesn't work. Parlons anglais. Tu fais la queue. Non, we are in the queue. Oh, tu fais la queue. It's been a while I've been saying that, so we are in the queue. How are you queuing? Okay, anyway, how do we start off? Oh, you know what? It's a Saturday. Saturday is, I woke up late. Actually, I woke up early. Got the drop. We're gonna explain that today because I did say, right? What are the steps that makes me choose to buy? What are the steps and requirement needed in order to buy? And that's that. Okay. We're gonna go grab some groceries, probably a simple one, and then after that we're gonna go home, drop the grocery, and go to Toys R Us for some window shopping. Whew. First thing first, we will just get out the main road. Yep. Grand Rail Bridge here. Yep. Alright, so let's kick off this week's collectible expenditure. It is quite high, and not to say on hindsight, but on one end I could have listened to my instincts or my research, but I think that is alright because I knew I needed to get some win. So let's start off with the comic book, starting with Star Wars. So Star Wars, I managed to get 2 comics, and they are now worth actually quite a lot. Surprisingly, I only spent $6, and then it shot up to about $50 per book. So I'm happy, very stoked. Now that's one. Number 2, the next comic book drop. However, I decided to sell 1 book because I got 2 books of the same cover, which is Doctor Strange. And on one end, I knew the book is sort of a important book, not a grail, but it's a lot of people call it the grail now. So maybe on hindsight, I could have kept it and sell much later. But I don't think that's the biggest issue because I sold for a profit to get 1 free book. So in a way, I think that's a win. And this one small little thing is told myself not to be greedy. Sure, we can hold it because right now I think it's about $30. I sold it about $14. Yeah, so you realize almost 2 times cheaper. But that one is, like I said, I'm totally okay with it. Not the best example, but yeah. So I think that's okay. Yeah, sure. A bit painful. I could have earned more. So that's one small little thing that I have to learn and really trust my intuition. Okay, that's the difference between some people can say it's the same thing, right? Intuition, gut feeling, blah blah blah. But I separate it both because on one end, again, right, selling Doctor Strange book is because of gut feeling, like, hey, I need to get a profit and I know I can sell, so sell. But the second thing is intuition. Is once I did all my research, is one of those books that I should keep. So that's one thing. Yeah, could have kept, because it is a very important book in the comic book world. Not as important as Spider-Man 1, Fantastic Four 1, but once that happened, I'll just buy a lot, make sure it's stacked up, and then sell down the road. Yeah, okay, so that comes to today's drop. Not only I had 1 chance, 2 chance, I have a total of 3 chance to buy that collectible. It's Superman versus the Flash. See who is the fastest man alive, or rather, it's basically racing. Okay, it's a very iconic pose, and that. And the problem, alright, so problem number 1 was the price tag. $120. It's not everyone's cup of tea for sure. So because of that, I followed the next, not say next, but so that's why we have to go through the set of list of requirement that I do, especially for the comic books, and it's the same, it's interchangeable. So obviously the first rule is it a big IP? Right? Is it DC? Oh, it is DC. Is it Disney or is it Marvel? Is it any of the big popular brands out there? Very important. So the answer is checked. Yes. Now number 2, is it a prominent character? Because you can say Disney, right? And then Disney, for example, there's a recent Disney drop. We have the villain from Little Mermaid. We have the Snow White. We have, who else? Jafar from Aladdin, and we have Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. So they are prominent characters. They are villains. So on one end, so okay, they are still prominent characters. So in this case, Superman and the Flash, they are big characters. So because they are big characters or key characters, so that gets a second check mark, which is great. Now we got 2 check marks. It's like Disney with Mickey Mouse. Actually, I should use that instead. It's like Disney to Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is it's the mascot character, the key character. Boom. Donald Duck, yes, it's a side, even though it's a side character, but it's a key character. Boom, done. Minnie Mouse, key character. Boom. Pluto, key character. Boom. Goofy, key character. Boom. And then we go to a little bit more down the road. Like for example, let's see, Disney. We have, it's like, let's say Snow White and Seven Dwarfs is also a key character, right? Tough, because there's a lot of characters out there in Disney, and it's hard to put which one is main, which one is not. But at the same time, if everyone knows, means it's a key character. So Superman is obviously up there. The Flash, for people who knows the comic book world, definitely it's up there. Now comes rule number 3. Is it a quality model? Because recently, again, I always use the recent drop, there are lots of models that are not great out there, and apparently I'm gonna put this on Disney and Marvel. Lately they have been putting rubbish characters, very unpleasing looks, and personally I bought 2 of them, which is Storm from X-Men. That one is still debatable whether it's still in between good or bad, but Sue Storm was not that great in my opinion, and Elektra from Daredevil, that's the worst. So yikes, I hate it. DC also has a 1 or 2 bad line technically. So one of the first Wonder Woman drop they did was, in my opinion, rubbish. I don't like it. But their second drop, I like it. Right, the second drop, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, even their first Batgirl was rubbish. Basically unappeasing. We're gonna hold it for a while. Gonna go do some Shopee shop, and then I'm gonna go back and talk about it. Come on, GoPro. I did talk a little bit, and then now anyway, done shopping. I got some noodles. Unfortunately, there's no Indomie, so I need to shop that tomorrow. And we got some Wagyu beef. Well, to feel a bit Japanesey per se. So we got Wagyu beef and orange Japanese cheesecake. Yum yum, yum yum indeed. Okay, so let's continue to the collectible checklist that I've set up for myself. So in terms of visual appearance, we have the 3 major checklists. IP, is it a main? Is it somebody important? And does it look good? Because to me, it does look good. And I actually, if I were to own it, okay, let's put it this way. If I were to own it, it feels good having it, because there are some collectibles and some, especially the art piece, I don't feel good owning it, which is sad, right? Again, $240. Ugh. Painful. That's a painful lesson. not nice at all. Also, haha. Now, having the major checklist is done, which means we now can consider to buy. And this is the next most important part, right? Even though it looks the best, looks the good, actually looks the best, looks the good. Makes no sense, right? Actually I want to get lightsabers. I want to get lightsabers, yeah. And anyway, before we go there, so we need to fulfill two requirements. Number one, we have to get on the drop, which means retail or below retail. And the answer is we got the drop. Again, not one time, not two times, but three times. So in this case, I think it's fantastic. It is, yeah, it's just fantastic. Now, the next part is, if I buy, would it drop down in price? The answer is not really. Because this one I did a bit of research, make sure that everything is tightly sealed, because it's a set by itself, so therefore it has value. And then I did check what their previous sale, not to say Superman versus the Flash, but Batman. So Batman was on the 200-ish. So basically I can almost double, but not double. So in that case, it gives me a little bit of confidence to buy without issue. Same goes with some of the comic books like Doctor Strange, easy. Actually I wanted a few books, and on hindsight I should have kept 2 books instead of selling one away. But I needed a win. I really needed a win to reduce my comic book price. So in this case, buy one free one. Okay, I'll take it. Definitely. That was the original plan anyway. Buy as much comic book as I can and then sell one, so that I will have the rest free. So that's that. So in total, $120. I spent $120, and then the best part is I actually didn't spend $120 per se, because there are some credits left. Actually, I loaded more for Star Wars. Remember, I want to get more than 1 copy, but I only get 2. My target was like 4 or 5, and the money that's left over there, right? About $40. So $40 gets brought over to the Superman and the Flash purchase. So I only top up like $80. And $80, that should cost me around 120 Canadian dollars, more or less around there. So because of that, I think it's a good call. Is it a good financial call? Obviously that one I cannot answer. Most likely it's not, because again, we are buying collectibles that most likely we can, not to say cannot sell, we can sell, that's for sure. The only question is, it's a good financial decision per se. The only question is, would it go down under retail? If the answer is no, then we are in a good position. If the answer is yes, like my Spider-Man comic book purchase, yeah, that's a boo-hoo-hoo. And because we already set up all our restrictions, we are kind of safe in a way. Because the next part is, I want to buy some lightsabers. Not 1, not 2, I think that's 4 or 5. Yeah, that was part of my master plan anyway. So we need Luke Skywalker, we need Obi-Wan, we need Darth Vader. Okay, these are the 3 key lightsabers that I need. And of course, there's a few more coming out which I want. That's a whole nother story for another day. Well, that's all I have for you for today. Sure, we could have saved some money and put into our camera investment, which I have already started. And it's pay week yesterday, or rather this week is pay week. So we're going to talk a little bit about finance expenditure tomorrow for a Sunday, and then we're going to strategize on how can we get a our strategy and timeline to get a camera. Yup. It's going to be interesting though. Very, very interesting. And je trouverai demain. Je trouverai demain. Je rentre à la maison maintenant. Yep.